this is really a wonderful crowd, and we're all neighbors, and this is our community. Now I am here to talk about working groups. My background with this was in 2006, over at the high school. A large crowd got together, and 10 working groups were formed out of the citizens that stepped forward, as you all done so tonight. And the path that we took actually involved a couple of years. This will not be that long a path. But it is equally important on a more focused area here for our 96778 zip code. And when the surveys are accumulated and they're brought forth to our working groups, we had a very diligent duty to pay attention to what people were telling us, what the community was telling us. And some of the things they told us, quite frankly, we treated a little bit lightly. Well, somebody fix the mic and I'll try not shouting. But, I mean, one gentleman way back when, a few years ago, had a suggestion for the plan that anybody moving into Puna should send him $10. That's a good idea. It didn't make it into the plan. Is Kaki here, the young lady who was handing out the brochures? There she is. Yeah, I'd like to. Kahi.
Kia.
Oh, Kia Kahi.
Yeah, over there. Is that working?
Yeah.
Okay. Kia Kahi.
Could you come over here? I want to thank you for helping us in handing out these things. This is one of our youngest members here. And I think. And I want you to stand here for a few seconds with me because I want to point out the type of planning we are asking you to engage in has less effect on us and our lives in our immediate future than it does on her and her children on down the road. So the thinking that we need to apply in our working groups as we approach planning, we have to approach it with a vision that benefits our children. And so this is a very, very important issue for our district. Thank you very much. Now, some of the realities we faced in the working groups as we got into it involve history. Pahoa, as it exists right now, started, the town's about 100 years old. We didn't have a plan. It just happened. And there were lumber mills that came and went, and stores that were built, and hotels were built and burned down, and things changed over time. And then a very huge effect took place in the late 1950s when tens of thousands of lots were subdivided all around us. And we won't get into a long talk about that. But we did have to come to the quick realization that the number of properties surrounding us that are as yet unbuilt, we could think of no way to prevent a landowner legally owning their land from buying it, building a house, and moving their family in there. So within our long-term thinking, we have to be cognizant of the fact that in the future, we have very strong expectations that there's going to be growth in the Puna district. It's already been the fastest growing district in the state, and we just got a new council seat designated, of course, for that reason. Now, in this growth, we made an early on decision from the input from the Puna community participants that they wanted to see Puna remain a rural agricultural district. I mean, we were talking district-wide at the time. And the best way we could think to do that was to protect our roads from sprawl development. And we were successful, because Highway 130 is not turning into every intersection having a gas station and a liquor store, and the history that we've seen repeat itself on the mainland. The thought process that came through from the community in '06 and beyond was to keep us a rural, agricultural, comfortable Hawaiian district. And to do that, to accomplish that kind of growth, we focus on village centers. And this Pahoa is a regional village center. It serves more than the people who live within the boundaries that you saw on that map. It serves the district around us, the subdivisions around us, the farms around us, and the fields and the area, Machias especially. We live in one of the most fortunate spots on the planet Earth. And as much as we can complain about the neglect that may have occurred over the last century in this district. It has left us in the fortunate position of being able to chart the future here. Because we don't have to tear down stuff and redevelop. We have an opportunity to develop and do it in a manner that the community, you all want to do. Now, not wanting to go too long, because I can. You wanted me up on good for a couple days. These 4 working groups, they're not 10, there's 4. They can be populated by any and all of you. They can be populated. You can be on more than one group if your interests take you there. And you will be charged with bringing your own thought process to this. You will be charged with looking at the results of the surveys and trying to bring this into a cohesive projection of the future, for 50 years from now and on down the road. Now, our needs here are rather substantial in lots of ways. For a village center to work, for the transportation hubs, for bus services to work, we have to have the people and the businesses and the transportation concentrating in the area where our infrastructure is. We have water, we have power, we have pavement, we have things to bring our businesses and have our growth exist here. And that's what you will be asked to do. We would like to have those of you who understand that you may not have the time to commit to this, but you might be able to help with some part, to step forward and do that little part. That might just be manning the booth at a farmer's market or some of our stuff coming in. It might be helping out with some of our meetings as we address the public. If you're capable of stepping forward on working on one of these 4 working groups, please do so. This is your town. These are your children, our children. And we have such a rare opportunity here. It's really a gift. And I just see so much right potential here for Pahoa. Sitting right here in front of me, in all your faces, it's just terribly exciting. Now, there have been complaints in the past about things that have occurred, maybe whatever. We have to move forward with what we've got here. And so I'll be available to answer some questions on the working group issues. I found it a very pleasurable experience. I found myself sitting down shoulder to shoulder with people I had never met before, becoming good friends in the process, meeting lots of my neighbors, listening to all kinds of wacky ideas. Some of them were mine. And we hammered it out. And I think we have come up with stuff. Anybody can criticize the Community Development Plan. This next stage will be subject to criticism too. You can't step into public without somebody going, oh, why did they do that? We have to just work it. We can work it. We got a lot of bright minds here, and I think a lot of good intent. And I was very proud. In my working group, I chaired the land use working group. We started out with about 26 members. 2 years later, we had 27. Now, if that happens, the people stay if they feel like they're being listened to and they're being productive. People do not like wasting their time. They don't want to go to meetings and think, well, why am I here? What is this going? We have proven that we can operate at a community level that will make good, valuable use of your energy and in a good community spirit way. And I think I'm going to wrap my part up with that.
Thank you.
Do we want, is that what it was, Q&A next? Or? Okay, Barbara takes the mic. Thank you very much.